Hello, 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 everybody. It's your girl Ashley, the amateur expert, and we are back live for I don't even know what season we are on, but we are having an excited episode today. We are going to have an exciting episode today. We have Roquita with us, and she is going to share her journey. If this is your first time joining, we're going to talk about career, we're going to talk about success, we're going to talk about all of the things, and I am totally excited to have Roquita with us, so we're going to invite her in, and we are going to get started. Hey y'all, see you in the comments. Hello. In the event you know somebody who you think would share. Tell them to join us. We're going to have a good time. Happy Talk Tuesday, everybody. Hello, dear.
Hey Ash, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. It's all good over here.
We love to see it and hear it. Okay, so let's jump into this Left Girl Magic that we're about to experience right now. Hey, Jess, I see y'all joining. Hello, everybody. Okay, so we have Miss Roquita joining us right now, and we want you please to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you are doing currently for work.
My name is Roquita Johnson. I am a certified world-class speaking coach, certified virtual presenter. My business is called Roquita Johnson Public Speaking. So I train people how to slay the stage, as I call it. So I work with Christian female professionals and entrepreneurs who want to be confident, clear, engaging speakers, because we all need public speaking, right?
Amen, we do. And I love how concise you're able to give your pitch, because I'm like, and then I might one time, so I might have to be hitting you up after this for some courses because I need some direction to keep it concise. Okay, so I love that you're an entrepreneur, and I love that it's a faith-based, uh, Christian woman-based. I love the specificity in your calling. Okay, so now I want to know, when you were a little girl, what did you want to be when you grew up, and what was sort of like the motivating factor behind that?
So let me ask you, Ash, would I be the first of your guests to say that there were like a few different things I wanted to be?
Oh, girl, no, I had like 7 or 8 things that I wanted to do. So share them all with us, or the one that sticks out the most, whatever you want.
I'm going to share this with you because it's funny how things come full circle.
Okay.
So the first thing I ever wanted to be was a teacher. First thing I ever wanted to be. Then I wanted to be an architect. Then I wanted to be a painter, a writer, and then I wanted to be someone who owned a business. I just didn't know what I wanted to be. The painter and the writer, architect, that all came in because I love art, because I was always artistic growing up. So I think I was just trying to find a way to express that. So fast forward, now I am someone who owns my own business. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm teaching.
Yeah.
So it's funny how things come full circle. And I love to teach. I love to train. So
I love all of this. I love all of this. Okay, and so when you were younger and you were on this path and you're trying to figure out what the creative side of you needed and all of that, excuse me, what did you think success looked like?
good question. Success. I think like a lot of people, when you're younger, you think about materialistic things. You think that's success. Having a bunch of money, and that's relative. Whatever is a bunch of money to you, having like 3 cars, a huge mansion type home, but also being independent, being able to do things for yourself. Now that was something that to me, even as a young girl, that was success. And that is still something that is important to me. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, completely. Completely. And I think that's one of the things I love about the journey of questions that we go on, because a lot of times it starts out as a materialistic want or desire, and then it sort of turns into, you know, sometimes still very much so wanting to have wealth and great success, but it's more like a holistic approach to it. So I think that this is a dope answer. Okay, so tell us about your journey. How did you get to be this entrepreneur that you are, right? So did you go to school to become a teacher, or like when did you find your passion for public speaking? Sort of just tell us how you got to where you are.
If you talk to anybody who I went to elementary and middle school with, they will be shocked that I am public speaking, doing any of that, and that I'm teaching people to do that. I wasn't, I'm still not a very super talkative person.
Okay.
I'm not that person in my real life. I'm not super talkative. I probably play the back a little. I'm not very chatty. I still have to bring myself out of my comfort zone sometimes, even, when I'm at networking events. So
that's good to know.
It's funny how the journey has been this way. But I went to college for business administration. So again, I knew that I wanted to do something with business. I wanted to learn about business, marketing, and all that. So once I finished college, I wanted to go down the marketing path. So that's what I worked in for years, like over a decade. That's what I did. I went to different companies, worked my way up to different marketing positions, doing store promotions. For example, when I worked at Babies R Us years ago, and we know they're no longer around, but being the store promotions coordinator for them, I did email marketing at a few companies. So I'm very well versed in that. Social media, managing websites, dealing with direct mail. So all those different aspects of marketing, I have experience in. So six years ago, I decided to go down this path of starting my own business. I was still working for another employer. And let me back up a little. Before that, a few jobs before that, I had a job where I got promoted very quickly. The job meant I had to be more visible. That meant I had to lead my team members, which are copywriters and email designers. I had to give them the vision of what this project was that we were working on, explain this in detail. The spotlight was on me. I felt like I was starting to sound like an idiot, like I was not communicating clearly. So I said, I need help. And that's actually when I went to Toastmasters, because I'd heard of it somewhere along my life's journey. I wanted to just become more of a clear speaker and someone who had more poise.
Yeah.
I was thrown into a job where I really wanted to succeed in it. So I went to Toastmasters to get help. It wasn't something that I thought I would stay in. I thought I would get the lessons that I needed to get. I would get out of it. No, I took the lessons. I actually enjoyed public speaking, delivering speeches. I started competing in speech competitions. I actually won a few. I know I never would have believed it. I won a few. And then people started asking me to help them with their speeches, with their presentations, because they saw me doing well with it. So it was very unofficial, me helping people for a good while, until I actually decided to become certified some years back. And then I started my business the next year after I became certified. And here we are.
I love that. And I love the process, right? It's not something that you thought that you would do, but God opened the door and you walked through it. And I love when that happens. Okay, so how would you define success today?
Success for me is actually walking in the purpose that God has for me. Being able to take the talents and the skills that God gave me, and I'm actually able to have a business around that. Because I like to think of this as, this is not my business. This is God's business that I'm just stewarding. So that brings me great joy to be able to help other Christian professional women and entrepreneurs who are struggling with speaking like I was, seeing where they are and watching them blossom into confident speakers. To me, that is success, knowing I'm out here actually making a difference with other people who want to get their message out into this world, that I'm a part of their process. To me, that's success. It's not just me doing this for money. I'm able to make money from doing something that I love, from something that God has put me here to do. So that's just an awesome byproduct of that. And yes, we have a business you want to make money. Your business, they make money too. But
Of course.
this was a business that God gave me. This wasn't just something I pulled out to do.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think it's so important when you hear the call to answer it and then keep shining, which you are clearly doing, and we love to see it. Okay, so tell me this. What is something that you know now that you wish you would have known sooner?
Something that I know now that I wish I had known sooner. That I really could have started this business years ago. Sometimes it takes a
Mm.
little faith. We think that we don't know enough.
Mhm.
Sometimes, is someone actually going to pay me to do this to help them with it? They absolutely will. So I think maybe just having that faith, I would have stepped out a little sooner,
Mhm.
especially when I was getting tired of doing marketing work.
Right.
But you're just, sometimes it's scary to take a leap and actually work for yourself when you have that steady paycheck coming every 2 weeks. What's going to happen? It's the unknown sometimes when you
For
step
sure.
out on your entrepreneurial path, and day to day it still changes, quite honestly. But just having the faith that it's going to work out, set your plan in motion, go into it with a plan. You're not going to know everything, but let God be your partner in this, and you go from there.
That's so great. Because I am walking the tightrope of entrepreneurship, and it is very scary. Because I am so accustomed to having two or three jobs, right? Not real jobs because it's a real job, but you know what I mean? About having a um, brick and mortar type job or a job that is 100% secure. Well, nothing is really 100% secure anymore or ever, I guess. But you know what I mean? A 9 to 5 and then a 5 to 11 or something along those lines. And so for me, when I'm stepping out, it's completely out of my comfort zone, 120%. And it's something that I don't, to your point, don't think I'm good at, right? So you were taking public speaking courses, and now here you are, the student becoming the master and teaching all of us how to be better in our crafts. So I wonder if you can tell us maybe one or two tips for being a great public speaker.
Absolutely. The first tip, and this is something that I notice right away with clients that I work with, you need to know what your core message is for your speech. You cannot just start writing a speech, put all this information in it, and then just expect for it to make sense and that the audience will get it.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, no. What is the one core message? What is it that you are communicating? What do you want the audience to know,
Mm-hmm.
to absorb by the time they leave your speech? What's the bottom line message, in other words?
Yeah.
If you don't know that, then guess what? The audience won't either. And if you don't know what your bottom line or your core message is, that's when you're going to start throwing everything, the whole kitchen sink into this speech. And that's when you see speakers who ramble. And you ask that person, oh, well, what was Ashley's speech about? Oh, I don't know. She talked about a bunch of stuff because you weren't
She was just
clear.
up there. Right, right, right.
So that's the first tip I would say. You really do need to establish what your core message is. Also, you really do need to understand who this audience is that you are delivering this message to.
Mm.
You might have this speech. A lot of people have a speech that they give to different audiences, but your mistake is delivering that speech the same way every time to the same audience.
Yeah.
You still need to tailor that speech somewhat to this audience. How I'm going to speak to a group of high school students is not going to be the same way that I speak to a group of, 65 plus. It's
Yeah.
not. I'm going to use different examples so the high schoolers can understand what I'm telling them. I'm going to analogies. I might use different points in history. The
Yeah.
ones that are 65 plus, they're going to understand something that I'm saying that happened during the 60s or 70s.
Yep.
High schoolers are not going to understand that.
Right.
My message will be the same, the essence of it, but how I deliver it is going to be different so that it can resonate with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the second piece of advice I would give. You really need to understand who your audience is, and that just takes you doing a little research in the beginning to understand who this group of people, who are they, the demographics, the psychographics, all of that.
That's so good. Y'all, she is dropping gems. Y'all need to sign up, get the link, do everything we need to do to get more gems from Roquita. Okay, so question. So you gave us tips for public speaking. What are some tips and or motivators that you use personally to get you along your journey?
Let's see, along my journey to becoming an entrepreneur, some things that I did, I would say to stay motivated. Well, for one, how should I say this? I stay committed. I stayed committed to the process. That's one thing I did. Even when I was working, when I had my 9 to 5,
Yep.
I'm tired, but you know what? I'm still gonna come home. I'm still going to have my one-on-one client sessions. I'm still gonna do research that I need to do. That's one thing I will say on this journey that I would encourage others, especially if you're transitioning from a 9 to 5 to working for yourself. Make sure that you are really committed to you and the process. As far as being motivated, actually, I'm just self-motivated because I want a good life. I want to live the kind of life that I want to live.
I
And
hear
for
that.
me, entrepreneurship, even with all its challenges that it comes with, the obstacles that are different from 9 to 5, I love that I am able to have more of a flexible day. If I do need to have a doctor's appointment in the middle of the day, I can do that. If I need to say, you know what, I need to put the laptop away for a second, stop working on this. Let me go for a walk and clear my mind and come back. I can do that.
Yeah.
Having the kind of life that I want to live, we don't have control over everything.
For sure.
But this entrepreneurial journey, it lets me have a little bit more control in some areas. Having a little bit more control over my day, that is priceless to me, because you can't do that when you're at work. If you got a bad headache, you better keep on typing.
You better keep on or use some of your sick or vacation time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, well, now I want to give you an opportunity to share how we can support you. You have dropped some amazing gems, but I know that there are more behind that we can get behind. Sorry. So if you could please just share with us how can we find you? What services do you offer? And how can we just support you?
Sure. So you can go to my website. My website is roquitajohnson.com. I haven't met another Roquita Johnson, so my website, my name, you can find that easily, roquitajohnson.com. Obviously, I'm on Instagram. I am on LinkedIn heavily too. So if you don't see me on Instagram, I am also on LinkedIn. And because I speak and I teach speaking, I have a YouTube page. So I have a lot of tips on there. If people have questions, some of the common questions I have answered in those videos that are on my page, please subscribe. That would be awesome. As far as what I offer my clients, so like I said, I work with Christian female professionals and entrepreneurs. So I do have private coaching. You can work with me that way. And I have 2 options for that. Intensive. So maybe you have a presentation coming up quickly. You need to work on it. We can work on that together. So those are 2 options. I also have my group coaching program called Slay the Stage. It's actually going on right now, but that's a group that I'm doing quarterly. So the next one is actually going to start April 19th. So if you go to my website, look under the group coaching tab, you will see information for Slay the Stage there for the next one coming up. I haven't even emailed, announced it, anything yet, but the date is on that. It's on that page. So if you are interested in joining Slay the Stage for the next quarter, you can do that. I only accept 12 women into the group coaching program each quarter because I want to keep it intimate. I want us to be able to have maximum value for all of the women in the group. that group is excellent if you really do need to get the fundamentals of public speaking. Because a lot of people, you might have had public speaking in college, and that was 20 years ago. So
Yep.
it's time for you to get refreshed on it, especially if you want to be a speaker. So you can learn the fundamentals there with other women who they're just like you. They want to slay the stage. So
Yes, yes, yes.
that's another way you can do that. And of course, I do trainings for organizations as well. A lot of organizations, especially with the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
they saw that their staff did not know how to speak on camera. So I do teach about virtual speaking as well. So I do trainings, customized trainings for organizations too.
I love that. Okay, well, thank you so much for being our guest today, and also thank you for dropping the gems. What I will say is that I'm the amateur expert, and I know a little bit about a lot. And although you dropped a lot of gems on us already, I would like for you to please share with me a random fact, a tidbit of information that I can say Roquita taught me.
A random fact related to what about public speaking, or just
Anything that I can just put in my pocket. Maybe if I'm on Jeopardy, it will help me answer like maybe $200 question. Just something random, something fun.
oh, this is good. If they ask you who the 1999 Toastmasters World Champion of Public Speaking, who is that? The answer is Craig Valentine.
Craig Valentine, 1999 Toastmasters World Champion.
World champion speaker, came in first place.
I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you guys want to learn more, all of Roquita's information will be in the show notes. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.